feature-driven, kind of like the fun stuff. Like, who gets excited about chat, right? Except for us.
So
Uh,
Steve, I'm really sorry to bring this up. The stream somehow just started because it was on a scheduled stream or something. So I'm really sorry about that.
Hi, friends. That explains why I didn't get a notification.
And I might get an and I might be surprised later that something else was working, but OBS is the one that failed me in this one.
Oh, this is so good. Well, so for those of you joining us, this is the joys of learning how to stream and code at the same time. Welcome. We just now learned that we have been streaming locally, not on YouTube, for the last, 40 minutes ish, without it actually being live to anyone on YouTube. So we're not going to go through everything that we talked about, but at the end of the day, this episode was all about chat. So Clay, can you catch us up a little bit on chat?
Absolutely. On our last episode, we got chat working, but we want to start scaling this app in a way that chat service doesn't live entirely with our existing server. Because as more people want to hop on, it'll be really difficult to handle that kind of load on the server if one server is handling a bunch of stuff. So our hope now is to migrate some of that existing chat service stuff off, and hopefully you guys get to see that working. And then we'll add a bunch of new fun stuff to our chat service, so we can do stuff like friends and parties and clans and stuff like that.
Yep, indeed. So what we've done is we asked uh, we asked Cursor here to go in and refactor our entire existing chat service and split it out and make an independent service. And it's doing its thing. So I came up with a plan. We went through the plan. We agreed with everything. It's now churning on making that service and updating environment variables, adding code in a new chat service itself. And so we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, and Steve, this is your first time using plan mode. Any thoughts around that? I think it's fun. It's cool.
Well, so I've never used it. I will say Kiro, which again, I keep talking about Kiro, and I really, really need to install it. It does this like out of the box really easily. So yeah, I do like plan mode, and I think it's something that gives us a little bit more agency rather than just allowing AI to do its thing. So I understand that, especially for something like this where you have to scaffold it out and make sure it's not doing anything stupid or dumb. So I like it.
Cool. And are you using Cursor mainly now? It looks like this isn't Claude, right? This is Cursor built in.
So I use Cursor and I just allow it to do Composer so it can choose whatever model it wants.
Okay.
So that being said, Kiro, who I keep touting, only uses the Cursor or the Claude models. So it doesn't even have access to anything like GPT or Gemini or Grok or anything like that. So very, very biased. I will say this. I mean, maybe I'm not up to speed completely on AI, but I think Cursor is winning the war when it comes to the technical side. Now, maybe on the conversation side, it might be GPT just because everyone has access to it, and maybe people haven't heard about Cursor. But from coding and everything I use on a day-to-day basis on the technical side, Cursor is by far winning the war.
I can corroborate that. I have both Cursor and Claude, and for the last couple months, I was exclusively using Claude and getting really, really upset when I ran out of tokens each month. Uh, it has gone really bad these last couple weeks, and Cursor is now really good these last couple weeks to me. So it's like, how am I ever gonna buy any of these year-long memberships when it's like in the span of a month or something, I can just change my allegiance so quickly.
By the way, I think we good or stuck?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think we might be
Refile not
stuck.
found.
We're at 86% context, so maybe it's stuck.
Maybe if you're nervous about it, yeah, we can just ask, "Are you stuck?" Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For those at home that may have missed it, we did a trial run where it was putting the service in the backend folder, and it went pretty quickly. So anytime AI takes more than a few minutes, oh, so it was done.
Cool. Let's keep all and let's test. The hope is locally everything's the same.
In addition, for those at home, we had to restart because I didn't get latest that from Clay's push, a massive PR, and so I'm an idiot, and you always need to get latest before you start working on stuff. As a matter of fact, I should have created a branch for this, Clay. I don't know why we didn't create a branch.
We haven't followed any of our own advice that we've handed out
We
this entire
suck.
time. Yeah, we've
We
just been.
absolutely stuck at Maverick coders. So any managers in the future watching this, don't judge us by this project.
But all CEOs are very happy with how fast we move.
That's right. Silver lining there. Yep.
Yeah. We're meant
right.
for the business world now.
All right. So I guess it did its thing. I do see that the backend server and the front end server were updated because I had already had them running. But maybe I should just nuke them just in case.
I would make sure you click keep all also before you nuke. Yep. And then you can start it over. Yep. Nice.
I just meant on the on my local.
No, I follow what you meant. Yeah, like it like hot module reloaded and stuff like that. Yep.
Yep.
Totally follow.
I terminated both of them. That's interesting. Okay. It says ready for testing. Run start.dev.
Let's see. We'll get on his first shot.
Oh, how interesting. So normally there are two servers that start. Oh! Smart.
So far, so good.
Let me just show you what was happening originally. I know this isn't exciting to anyone else, but normally there would be two servers running, right? They would have your backend server, you'd have your front end server. Let me show you that. That's our backend, that's our front end, and now we have our chat service running. Oh, but it's not running.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
First little mistake, so we gotta make sure that AI can fix this for us too.
Yeah, why didn't that start? TSX is not recognized. I had the same problem before. Why does it not recognize it?
My guess is if we were to open up the package.json, TypeScript's not actually installed. That's my guess.
Yeah. I don't know if that's using the old service or the new service. I don't know.
I have no idea. We'll have to open up the network tab.
Yeah.
So maybe throw down another message.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's click it.
One second. Let me just make this a little bit wider so we can see. It's interesting.
If you hover over that, it says localhost 1111/API. So that's
3333. Yeah, it's 3333.
No, that's great. Sorry, my screen. That's how it looks as 1111. So
it's the old server. It's not the new chat server.
Got it. So we can go back around and we can throw it the command that it failed on and also explain that it's still pointing to the old server.
Yep. But remind me not to do plan.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just do agent this time. Hey, good job getting that done. However, there are still a couple of issues. One, the chat server did not start up because of a TSX error. I'm just going to paste that in here. The chat is still going to the old server instead of the new server. I assume it's just because it didn't start.
That's possible. But
Yeah.
then we also want to scratch it out of existence too. It might still be in existence.
I'm assuming this is because the new server didn't start, so it's defaulting to the old server. I think in the plan it said that it would keep both the old and the new until we're comfortable with them.
Got it. That's very responsible of it, but it doesn't help
Very
me. But it doesn't help me.
responsible.
I don't know what the issue is.
Very responsible.
Yeah.
Very responsible AI. For anyone at home who's watching, it's not responsible. But it is smart. It is smart. I would honestly, there probably would have been meeting after meeting on how to implement this with your PM and your, I don't know, your CEO maybe, or your CTO on how to best implement this. And there would have been, okay, do we migrate instantly? Do we keep both servers running? Do we duplicate it, especially if you have logging on the back end night? No, we're just going to do it and let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to talk about anything while we're waiting? Oh, never mind. Too fast. Yeah, I mean, this is probably what it's doing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So we at least have a browser console for the 334. Cool. And I hope it updated everything else. I'm not sure if I saw if it would have done the fix for the TSX not running though, but we'll see.
I'm looking at the services. I have the chat service, and no, it's not. Let me do the responsible thing here. Give me a second. Shut down all of these. Let me start over. Make sure that it's doing its thing. Apologies for those at home. Let me just make sure that there's no servers running. There shouldn't be. I bet it didn't add it. I bet did not add the chat service to the shutdown script.
Dang. But it never started running, so at least we can have that solace. But I would agree with you that it probably didn't. But I thought it said it might have wanted to. Oh.
Oh. Survey says. Survey says. Oh, it's really thinking. Womp womp. This is the same problem we had before. Look at this. Same problem we had before.
Node env development. Okay, that's fine. Let's pull it open the file and see if it's even there. My guess is it might not even be there. Let's see.
Remember we had this problem?
For the front end, yeah.
Yeah.
The server, I haven't had any issues.
Well, chat service doesn't have it.
Exactly, it doesn't even have it.
Yep.
Can you pop up the package.json as well? I just want to make sure that this actually looks correct. Yeah, let's see
Are you
this.
looking for something in particular?
Yeah, I just want to make sure it was being a little punk earlier. I just want to make sure that it actually did some stuff correctly. Cool. We do have stuff now. Awesome. So it just doesn't even have that file. Got it.
Does it need that file though? I
It
guess is the
does need that
question.
file for that run command. Yeah. Every service will need a .env of some sort.
I mean, I'll paste it in here.
It's not the same one, unfortunately. It'll be a brand new thing.
Well, okay, so what does it need then, I guess is the question.
It'll depend. Right now, it doesn't need a lot. It just needs the existence of the file. I don't know what it said variables wise it needs. If you look at .env.example inside of that other folder, that'll be what it needs. So it needs all that. Let me see. Does it need to know? So it needs to basically have a near copy of this. Yeah.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
New file. Dot env dot development. I think it's called development, right?
And if you can, there will be. I just noticed on that .env example, it looks like there is a bunch of stuff you'll need from that other environment development. But if you could do some of that porting off screen, because there were some valuable URLs there.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh crap! Give me a second. It's too big on my screen here because of the Control Plus. Let me put it to a different screen. All right, so backend, env development. Oh yeah, all these things. All of these things. Apologies at home. You need to fill out the dead air here, Clay.
Yeah, let me think about this. Did you watch football this weekend?
I sure did. Did you?
I did. It feels like the axis of evil is in the Super Bowl. I don't really know what to feel about everything.
Why? You don't like Seattle or New England?
I don't think I like Seattle or New England. I don't know. I think I don't like them both. Yeah, I think I would have almost been okay with the Rams winning because like no one really cares about them. So like it'd be like it's like a neutral power winning.
I'm actually pretty excited. I like Drake May a lot, so I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, this is asking me for in the chat service the DB. Oh, probably because we're gonna log chats, and that's why.
So we haven't even gone around to what we want to do of creating a new database, but that could be next up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we just use
You could even just leave it blank for now, and it probably won't freak out, right? Because I doubt it's storing.
Yeah, probably.
Yet. It's my hope.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You mainly need the super base stuff, I think, because it needs to know the right auth person. Probably.
Which is what I added, and then I'm looking to anything else. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Let me do this again. Let me shut it down. Let me get rid of this stuff so no one sees. Let me get rid of this and then bring this back so people know what we're working on. And then let me shut this down really quickly. And then we'll go through this again. What's the issue with what you sent me?
We will need to fix that later as well for the front end deploy. So we'll get to that once we get to it. If you wanted to test end to end today.
All right, start dev. We're going. We're doing the thing. Doing the thing. Oh, come on, be there.
I'm just staring at your terminal on cursor.
Yeah, this doesn't tell me which one is which.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Scroll up.
This has got to be the chat server.
That looks chat service. See, nope, that's the other one.
It doesn't. Oh, this is chat service. Yeah.
Okay.
Why did I screw up?
Password authentication failed. So I'm wondering how it's getting authed right now. Um, I think that's time to tell Cursor to figure that out as well.
Well, it could be a copy paste error
Sure.
from my env
Mm-hmm.
variables.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just quickly check this. But oh, interesting. I copied this correctly, but I'll copy it again. I'll copy it again. Chat service, env development, copying it again. See if there's any difference. I mean, who knows? Um, so I guess ultimately, if you don't care who wins, do you follow certain players at all?
Not anymore, dude. I think now I just want. I'm here for the narratives. So I guess I'd say I would be really happy to see Sam Darnold win. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just because his career has been so tossed around, and it'd just be funny that the Jets did what they did. It's like they get to be, I guess, piling on. So that's a fun narrative, piling on the Jets.
As a Minnesota Vikings fan, all that being said, I like Drake May's story, so I wouldn't mind seeing him win a Super Bowl as well. But New England, man, come on.
I lost you for just a second. You said as a Minnesota fan, and then I came back to hear you. I got you back when you said you were a Drake May fan.
All I was saying is, as a Minnesota fan, I'd like to see Sam Darnold win,
Mm-hmm.
but I can understand not wanting New England to win.
I think that's it, right? It's like they've won too many times. They can't just be the Spurs and be back into it immediately. Let's see, database error. Hmm.
Well, this is interesting because I put it in env development, but maybe I need to put it also in env local because this tells me that it's not reading from env development on the chat server.
Is there something with a username on EV development? I didn't recall that. My concern is a
Uh,
different issue.
let's check the code.
Yeah, because I don't
Apologies for
see
those.
anything with this username thing. So I'm thinking it added something on the code side.
Yeah, I don't see that
Mm-hmm. So
either.
I just don't know what it's even asking. I'd be telling Claude to figure this out.
No, what it's doing, I'm guessing, you see this in env example?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I bet it's grabbing that from the chat service in env example.
It's doing a little too much. I would say it's doing it all wrong, right? Because inside of the oh, you know what? I got it, dude. So it's pointing to the local development or the local database in env.development. We could maybe just point it to the database on Supabase, right? Do you follow what I'm saying at all? We could probably just say.
No.
So right now, if you look at the backend server folder,
Yep.
if you look there, inside of env.local, this
Yep.
is the file that we use so that we point to our local database that is
Yep.
on our local machines. If you go
Yep.
to .env.development, that's the one pointing at the Supabase
Right.
database. So
Yep.
we can decide right now if we care about anything local development for that database, or if we want to have it point straight up, because it looks like it's having trouble with the database stuff that it's looking at locally.
Well, why don't I copy what's in ENV development to ENV local and try to use ENV local since I'm running it locally?
We totally can. That's what I'm kind of that's what I was getting at, is we can start moving in that direction because it clearly is mad about some of the ENV stuff.
Yeah. So let me do that. Let me,
And just one anecdote, the startup script is pointing at env.development, so we'll have to make sure the startup script changes, or the script that we run changes.
well, it's not picking up ENV dot development. So which one are you talking about?
Um, any of them. You can throw them both down. We'll just have to edit the commands on the package.json to accommodate which env you want to be pointed at.
Actually, you know what the problem might be? It might be the DB host. Maybe it's churning on that. Maybe I do need to put the DB stuff in here.
You would likely would need to, right? Because I'm trying to think. If you're running it locally, it's pointing at local code. So we decided we just either need to make a decision. Either we make the code resilient to be both local and development, or we just choose development or local. That's where we're at right now. That's remember when I was telling you that I was staying up till 4 a.m. editing the
Yeah.
server? That's the kind of stuff that I was making it backwards compatible to make sure that I can handle any environment.
Let me just do what I think is the right thing, and we'll see what happens at this
Sure.
point. Because I think what's happening is it's just getting confused by here. I'm almost certain this is what's happening. All right, one more time. We're going to shut down our servers and we're going to see if this works. All right. Who's favored in the Super Bowl, by the way?
I'm pretty sure it is Seattle, but don't quote me on that.
Do you have a Super Bowl party planned?
No, I was hoping to go to your house, dude.
I don't even know when the Super Bowl is. Is it next week?
No, it'll be in 2 more weeks.
Okay.
So it'll be, yeah, in 2 Sundays from now. The memes have been funny. I guess I think it was like the Seahawks would have to be working out at the Santa Clara facilities, and people have been scared about like the electrical interference near the practice stadium. Have you heard anything about that?
No, what's that all about?
So the Niners have been practicing at the same practice facility for like decades, like I don't know, like 40 years or some shit like that. And there's a like power generator right next to it, and I guess some of the teams were very scared by the electrical interference of. Yeah, I know. And so I've been seeing some funny memes that the Niners were gonna turn up the electricity to impact like the chakra of the Seahawks. Like. I know. But we
So
got
yeah,
we
what
got
did
Aaron
you?
Rodgers in the league, so they're all scared of random shit. You know what I mean?
Of course. So yeah, it's the same error, but this time at least it's reading the username,
Cool.
but it's saying the authentication is failing for your account
I don't even know why that's in there. Why would it be my name?
because that's what's in the ENV files.
Oh, in the example maybe, and it just wasn't updated. Because they should be pointed at your stuff, right?
Uh, I mean, I don't want to show it on screen, but
Sure. But there should be
I
no
copy.
reference to me at all on your computer.
Yeah, in the files, that's what I have.
Yeah, that shouldn't be it, because that would be pointing to my local database that you would have no access to, right?
Right, but that's what's committed to the code base. So that's the only access I have to the database is your files.
You mean the env.example? Because that's just a dummy file.
No, in env.local.
But we just created that. because that's a brand new app, right? So
No, but I had to copy the database information from .env local on the back end into the chat service so that I wouldn't complain.
okay, then it just needs to be edited to be your information. I think I know what happened. Probably when I produced some of those files, they need to be changed over to your database, but we just like didn't do it. So that's why I said we have two options. Either we just scrap the local database and move on and point to Supabase development, and then we can just move on with our lives, basically.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Let me but I thought this was connecting to our Supabase account.
It wasn't, and that's what we need to do now. Yeah, that's what it's not. It's trying desperately to find a local database that does not exist. So we just need to change the code entirely with Claude or a cursor and tell it, hey, you're pointing at my local database, but I want it to point to my Supabase stuff, like how it's being done in backend, for example.
Hmm. For those at home who are confused, I'm more confused.
I would just you want to just pop open cursor and I can try to we can speak some truth to it.
For those that are coders at home and will make fun of me, bring it on.
No, you're good. You probably just don't have to get stuck with these stupid environment variables.
All right. I think this is what you're talking about, assuming that port is correct. No. What is it reading from? Damn it. What the hell is going on here, friends? Did I lose you?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do on this side unless maybe we start peeling open the ENVs. So it's just that's all we can do.
That's what I'm doing right now. Is
Yeah.
I'm going through each ENV.
I would just keep just a .env .development, and it can basically be the exact same one that's on backend. And I would just drag
That's
it
what I've
over.
been doing.
Cool.
So it's just here. Yes, terminate this damn thing because I'm obviously an idiot. Yes, terminate this damn thing. One more thing to check. And apologies at home for being such an idiot. Making sure this all works. Okay. Backend should work. Chat service should work. I can understand now why you spent ungodly amounts of hours working on these .env files because this ain't simple.
It's because the hard work is about environments, right? Do you want to point to what? It's like so the code has to be ready to accommodate all kinds of stuff, but the code you might have hard coded stuff, might have not thought about things, so you're just fighting with it forever to tell it to look at the right things. That looks better,
Chat,
right?
chat service running.
Excellent.
Backend service running. Front end server running.
Let's log in.
I finally figured it out.
Let's open up the console. Let's make sure it tied to the right port. There was a message it said that it would do. Yeah, we can do that too. Awesome.
No,
That's
no,
not good.
network.
Can you click
Nope.
console? And then there should be, they threw up a message if you could type in 3334, I think it was, for your new port.
In here, you're saying filter it?
Yeah.
I think I have to filter up top, right?
Yes, yes, up top. Right there, yep.
Oh, nope.
So it's not connecting just yet. Chat service, yep, not connected. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking for, so it's still falling back. Weird.
Well, this is where we ask Claude.
Yep.
Come on, friends. And you wanted me to do this, sorry. It's probably too small to see, but made it a little bit bigger. So we're not connecting to port 3334.
I was just
Instead, we're
copying that
falling back
console
to
message.
3333. What in the world is going on? This is where I get angry with UI sometimes.
Should have figured it out the first time.
Anyone who watches this in the future, honestly, anyone who's watching this in the future, probably there's a next version of AI that, that probably obsolesces all of the stuff that we're working with.
They
And we'll
built our
never
entire
see it.
game and with just one planning agent. Yeah.
That's right, exactly. I want an MMORPG. Run. Build.
Okay. Cool.
Well, why the hell is it doing that?
What was the issue? So the code was trying to set a. Huh.
What the hell?
And within .env.development, you have the port set to 3334. I just want to double check on the new one. You didn't have it set to 3333, did you?
Let me check.
Mm-hmm.
In the chat service itself?
In the chat service, the .env.development, we want port to not be 3333 if that's a straight copy over. But we do want the core's origins if that's still there.
The chat service core origins is 3000.
Okay. It's like a bunch of stuff, right? There's like 3 links, 4 links.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And is there a port being set above
It's
core's origins?
localhost 5173, localhost 3000, and HTTP with port 3000 as well.
I'm not quite sure because I can't see it, but it should be port equals 3334 if that's not there. That should be one of them that's there.
Well, I'm going to change it to 3334.
Cool.
And apologies for those at home. I'm just not wanting to display our database information. That's why the joys of a live stream here. Let me kill all these services.
And hey, you're learning a lot of stuff. Now you know a lot about Node, right?
Right. Let me kill all this stuff. Let me just kill all this crap. Killing this. So those at home, I have a shutdown script that I use because it saves the server time to the database. It does a graceful exit rather than just this hard exit that I'm doing right now. All right. We try again.
Seems to really want to fall back on 3333. Hopefully that fixes it.
All right. Probably won't go to a network, but
And you can turn off that filter in case you're looking for stuff too. Just want to throw that out
Good
there.
point.
Mm-hmm. But we could also leave it if that's all we're looking for. Nice, it connected, right? Derive chat service.
Yep.
Cool.
So I guess it's truly going to the chat service
Well,
now.
let's find out. Let's throw out a chat at least. Yeah.
I just did. I put it hello.
Ooh. I don't see it to the left.
Oh, it's not. For some reason, this window isn't.
And if you click network, my guess is it's not pinging it either.
Nope.
Yep.
All right, Claude. Interesting. Claude, do your thing. Let me quickly go on, I don't know, some other file here.
And I would also, if you could talk to Cursor, maybe also note that, the other API needs to know about, needs to be properly updated to reflect this new service.
Yeah, let me bring this over and then we can construct that prompt together.
Okay.
Hey, we're getting this error. I can see that chat isn't actually working. And then what else did you want to say?
I would say also ensure that, and you can do the @ backend. So
Also ensure.
Yep, at backend. Yep, I just clicked that to give it the context. Is being updated to reflect the needs of a new chat service. Because I think some stuff will have to change.
Upgraded to meet the needs of a new chat service.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's do this. I'm going to hold on Whisper and you chat.
I don't think it'll come through, will it? Hello, hello. How now, brown cow? Hello, hello. Yeah.
Interesting. When I held down Whisper, it couldn't hear you chatting. So like in my day-to-day job, if I'm holding down Whisper, I can actually hear other people chatting and Whisper will pick it up and put it into the chat. I thought you could do the same thing.
I've seen myself hijack it once in a while, so I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
Oh, just make sure Mage's right is upgraded or whatever to accommodate chat service.
Is upgraded to what? Upgrade?
Upgrade to ensure it works with chat service.
Is upgraded to ensure chat service?
Sorry, upgraded to ensure it works with chat service. And I usually do the @ signs just to give it the context, but it doesn't need it sometimes.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, those at home watching us were like, these idiots.
No, we're good. I think about what all needs to happen, right? We're running into the right errors, for example. Like, why would the socket be willing to do anything if it doesn't know what the active character is? So it needs to go reach out to the other service to figure that out, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of ties now.
But why didn't it catch that initially? Like, it's supposed to...
He's a dumb junior, man. See, I told you. He only knows what I tell it, right?
So this did do a hot reboot on my services, I noticed. Do you think it actually works?
It's possible, yeah. In my experience, if you add updates to .envs, you need to manually crush the server. But, maybe cool stuff has happened now where that's changed.
So I guess this is the thing. Did this hot reboot here?
The front end will always hot reload, but the server, we can't guarantee that did unless we saw it on the server logs.
So you want me to shut down everything again?
We don't have to. This front end doesn't have to change. Or, yeah, the front end doesn't have to change because no new environment variables came in. but the other the servers I would crush, just manually crush and restart. Yeah. So right now in my mind, the new chat service just has no idea about the active thing because it's no longer in that same service anymore, right?
All right. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. And then we'll go and we'll try this again.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the answer is. Do you do something where like the front end is listening to the chat service and providing that character info, or is it something where like the chat service reaches out to the game service to find that data? I'm trying to think that through in my mind.
I don't see any errors. I don't see any errors on the servers.
Start slamming that key onto the chat. Let's see.
Cool. Socketer must have an active character to chat. Okay, Claude, what's going on?
Well, it's an architectural question now. How do we want the chat service to get a hold of the character?
Why is that an architectural question?
Because what ChatGPT did was drag out the chat service, but we lost connection to the original service where this data would have normally been around, right?
Right, but why didn't it know that when we migrated?
He's not doing a great job. He just might need to just keep hammering at him. That's the nature of it all. I do this. I have it go through the same error like 17 times a day. You know what I mean? Until it finally gets it right.
I really want you to think about this. This is the second time that I've had to discuss this with you. Why can't the chat server know who the character is who's chatting? Anyone who's watching at home who has never used AI before and seems like that might be mean or whatnot, at this point in AI's evolution, sometimes you have to be very direct with it.
There's no OSHA with robots too, so you can do whatever you want.
So, all right.
Yep, there we go. So now he's saying have the front end send that data over. I can live with that.
Can you? I can't.
Ooh, so you want the chat service to reach out to the game service?
Yeah, it has to.
Okay.
Because if the front end is actually sending information, that's rife with exploitation.
Absolutely.
Right?
I can say I'm this level 99 guy with all his cool shit. I'm right there with you. So why don't we have it? We're gonna need it to tell it that then. Yeah.
One of the biggest and most important things in MMORPG design is never, ever, ever trust the front end. That means that the front end can't send the information. It has to come from the backend service itself. Can you fix the chat service so that it works with... Actually, I don't even know how that's supposed to work.
What do you mean?
We need to have some sort of safeguards in place so that when the front end sends a request to the chat service, it truly knows that this comes from the person who's logged in. I don't know if that comes from a JOT or some other token or some other mechanism.
The auth bearer token that we're using, God, I think we set up an auth bearer token. Anyway, sorry. Presuming we set up an auth bearer token on the existing backend service, we could maybe be leveraging that same one for a protected socket route, right? That's my thought right now.
Can you somehow make sure that the auth token that the front end is using also works with the chat service so that we can make sure that there's no man in the middle or impersonation or any sort of nefarious sort of hacker implementation here?
Let's throw that into plan mode.
You want plan or not agent? You don't
Let's
want
do
agent?
plan agent, the planning agent, yeah.
Okay.
It'll read some more files and do a better job of not sucking.
So one of the biggest revelations when I wrote Dawn of the Dragons, no matter how small your game is, there will be hackers waiting for you. And one of the, I don't know, earliest things we had to deal with was hackers going in and automating a bunch of stuff that we didn't even think of. Stuff that we put on the front end, stuff that we put in the client. And it's just like, lesson learned, never trust the client.
Yeah. Bravo for getting that far.
Yep.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Cool. So it looks like we have some issues. That's awesome. File names provided, database verification, medium. Okay. What do you think about this one?
I mean, at a high level, this seems right.
Okay. But then I just want to caveat again, we are having the front end handle it, the request, if you will.
I don't know. We'll see how this works.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about friends while we're waiting?
What do you mean by friends?
Actually, let me run this, or let me quit this and run this again. Yeah. Stuff that we were talking about early on. Let's see here. The game design space, you can basically create anything, right? Whatever you want to imagine, you can create. Why does it show up here? I don't get it. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I don't know why it showed up there.
Still the same issue. Did it finish the build already?
Yeah.
Huh, that's not good then. Oh, actually, no active character. That's okay. It's once it's in here, there should be an active character. Okay. Looks okay.
Hi.
Nope. Steve, are you just heads down, bummed out? This is what it feels like to work on as a programmer. It's the worst shit.
Okay.
You told
Okay,
that you were
Claude.
super serious though. Why didn't it take you more serious?
Okay, Claude. Okay. Okay. No, seriously. So this is where I usually just like pull my hair out. Here we go. No, seriously, what the fuck? Come on. This is the fourth time I've had to say this. I really, really, really want you to think about this seriously. Why am I getting this error now?
And one more thing, if you can add it, say
Yeah.
do testing with fetches to make sure that you are able to get and mimic an actual character and stuff like that from the database or
Do
something like that.
testing with fetches to mimic actual chat functionality with characters. People who watch this in the future are going to be laughing at us for doing our AI chat server development this way.
When we look back on this in 5 years, we'll laugh and be like, "Can you believe we thought it was gonna be able to do this?"
Go, Claude, go. The error originates from the backend when character ID isn't set. No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing under the hood there.
And one last thing before it's like, I'm done, I did it, I would ask, is the front end correctly passing the information needed as well?
Well, we know this is true. Is it marked as is active equals true in the database? Well,
Hmm.
let's see in the browser.
Let's start over and do login, just because from the other screen, just because I don't have the auth working for the hot module reloading to work like that. Yeah, you're good here. You just have to click at the character again.
I was gonna do the whole thing, but
Sure,
yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's
just
fine.
to check.
Cool. Nope, no active character found. So maybe the front end. I would ask if the front end is doing this properly now.
Is that the right time? Yeah. I or access denied. Wonder what that. Why would it have access denied?
Because it might not be doing the correct querying. Because was the query happening on the socket.io side? It's querying through the chat service for the database, so it's just somewhere it's fucking up either on the front end or the querying.
Maybe this wasn't the best idea to migrate our chat service
No,
onto a
it's
new
not. It
server.
won't be too bad. We just have to. We need to give Cursor more because it's too dumb. It's like it can't do it all on its own. Like I don't even know what the front end code looks like. Do we even know it's passing that data correctly? And then we don't know what it's querying for, right? So unfortunately, it can't just do it all on its own right now.
No,
Yeah,
but it's a different error.
that's a good thing. So now it means the front end could be doing it, but it's dying on the query, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the C command, right? For character. I ran into that when I was trying to do command control C. Yeah.
Yeah. But we did get rid of the other error. This is a scam for um, having us burn more tokens.
I agree.
This,
I
it's,
absolutely agree.
it's like, yeah, go ahead. We did halfway and then keep going halfway and halfway and halfway.
That's why I've been doing all these refactors to get the files modularized, because otherwise it's going to read and definitely be too dumb. Cool. That's easier to debug. I would refresh this again as well. Yep. Let's open up the console.
Well, okay.
And then let's peel it in with tons of data. And you can type something in the thing to spark it too. If you type something into the chat.
Sure.
Cool. Let's grab that top error and that bottom error, and we'll just say, hey. And we'll explain we have selected a character.
I just, interesting, but it does find all this.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep.
So it's, so it seems really close, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Claude, fix it this time for reals.
I told you this would be the hard one.
You did tell me this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to the easy one. Let's just create a map. Let's just create an item. Let's just create a quest.
I hope that's the easy part, man. Watch it still be a struggle. Actually, you've had
What
easy time picking the assets, huh? Yeah.
do you have interest in actual game design rather than game
Absolutely.
development? There is a
Yeah.
distinction there.
Absolutely. I definitely want to know that part more. Right now I've just been doing the web stuff, right?
Because this is all what I would consider really game development, not game design. Very,
Sure,
very different.
sure. Yeah.
And I think most people who want to get into games, they want to do more game design. They don't want to do game development at all.
They don't want to eat. They don't want to
So
eat. They don't. Who gets stuck eating the vegetables? Then is it the devs? And then there's some guy in a nice. He's like in a nice turtleneck. He gets to decide everything.
that's correct.
Got
So
it.
you have a PM, you have a PM and all the engineers,
Got
and
it.
the engineers are doing all the development.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yeah, I would love to get to shape this world. I'm excited for all the kinds of stuff we'll build out.
So let's see here. What did it do this time?
Okay, so the front end did get updated. Cool. I had a feeling something wasn't getting passed along.
Okay. Let me just put these, well, I'll drag these in when we go back here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just refresh really quickly.
Saw an error up top, but I think
I sure
hopefully,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chat error, character not found. So we're getting further.
So yeah, you
And
can see this.
I would send another message to just give cursor more information. Yeah, I would give it all of that. Yeah.
Well, does this character exist? It has to because I logged in. I assume this is using our Supabase database, right?
Yeah, I should be. The query could be written incorrectly too.
Um, just quickly go out to Supabase
Mm-hmm.
and just see if, I mean, it has to because that's the one I selected. right? Sorry, I can show this.
I'm looking as well on my side.
So is it characters or users that the problem exists in?
Ooh, it could be either. That's the issue because users have characters, right? And I'm
That's
wondering if
right.
there's an issue there. So
Character
this,
selected in chat servers. Character ID does not exist.
what is it? 9 something?
Yeah,
9107? I
9107.
see it in
Yeah.
here. So there's something that's just not going correctly. And it's not the user ID, it's the ID of the character. Okay. Cool. There is a tie-in though that Supabase did for us. That's really nice of them. I'd start slamming all these error codes in, man. That's what I would do. Yep, exactly. Start slamming all of it in and just saying, what's the issue? It's doing good enough right now.
Yo, still seeing these errors in the front end.
And maybe you can pop in the backend error of the chat service not being able to find it.
Yeah, good point. Let me copy that. Let me do this. Also on the back end, I'm seeing these errors. These ours? No. Errors. Hey, what are you doing?
And this is a funny instance where if we handed this, it might have been less time.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it would have taken me an hour and a half to try to do a small little port of a service. Might have taken, actually, probably taken me the same amount of time. So, if this works. Okay. Cool. So maybe the query was just fucked up.
I guess we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I just don't trust it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nope. I get it.
No. Character not found.
Hmm. Can you show me the server log for chat
Sure.
service?
Yeah. You want the chat service or the actual backend server?
Isn't the the chat service is the one doing the querying of the database, isn't it?
It's this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Same error.
User ID, attempted character ID.
Is it possible it's trying to connect to my local database rather than the Supabase
It's
database?
definitely possible. It's definitely possible, but yeah, I would ask it if there's any reference to actually do a control shift. I mean, do you know how to open up just the chat service? We can start prying into control shift F in there because it's definitely possible.
But this user ID is me on Supabase, right?
Mm-hmm. But that's what it's using. It could be querying your local database for some dumb reason. Because remember, I was saying that the chat service might have instances where it's referring to DB and like underscore name and bullshit like that. We want to only have it point to Supabase related things. Like, does
Right.
.env.development have a database URL, for example?
.env.database. Let's really quickly look. Chat service .env.development. It does have a database. It has
Database
both a local.
URL that goes to PostgreSQL, that one, right?
Yep.
Cool. Then
No. So I have two different. I have my local database, obviously, with my local database credentials, and then I have the Supabase URL as well.
get rid of all the local stuff, and then I would even tell Cursor to make sure there's no more instances of those ones that you just grabbed out. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening now because we never got the code to be good enough to know which one you're on, right? So
Um, okay. But that's when it complained about not having your username.
mm-hmm. So if it stopped complaining, I guess we'll just have to see if there's any references to it. That's like what I would be doing to debug right now is seeing if it has references to any of the old local database stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, the best I can do for you is that you push it up and I debug it, right? So.
Yeah. Let me kill all these servers then. And let me restart it. Sorry, let me just kill all these. Get rid of them so I don't get confused on which one's running. But yeah, I just got rid of all of those, so we'll see what it does. It is now running. Yep. And sure enough, after getting rid of those,
And that's server.js for the chat. Yep. So does the code have references to db underscore name and other local bullshit? Because that's what we have to scratch out. That's the issue. Yeah.
well, it's interesting that the backend server started just fine.
Yep, because it's using a different code, right? That I gave it npm run dev :supabase. So I've already completely dialed in the environment variables there. That hasn't been done at all for this chat service.
So you want me to push all of this and you do your magic?
I
'Cause
can
I
try
have
to
no
take a
idea.
peek at it. Absolutely, yeah. I'm pretty confident I know what the issue is. Yeah, I think it's because there's references to DB name in the code. So it's up to you if you want to talk to Cursor now and say, does the chat service have references to those things that you deleted? Because I want them to not be in there. Or you make it scale so it can handle one or the other, right?
Let's commit and push these changes.
And should we maybe create a branch and then I'll pull that down?
A little too late.
Okay, that's okay.
All right. Take it away. That's interesting. Why didn't it push? Okay. Now it pushed.
Okay, I'll pull it down later. Want to do an
Yeah.
outro for any plugs you got?
Yep, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have an outro. I should say a plug. So I think I've mentioned this before, a lot of YouTube. And I'll be sitting on my recliner and falling asleep. And every once in a while, a video will come on. And the For You algorithm has me pegged for sure. And it'll just be like, listen to so-and-so while you're falling asleep. And lately I've been listening to Astrum. I don't know if you've ever listened to Astrum at all, ASTRUM. And it's just fascinating to listen to. It's very, it's all about the universe. It's all about the origins and the evolution of the universe and just all sorts of sciencey stuff that definitely puts people to sleep, including me. And so if you get a chance, watch some Astrum videos. It's fascinating.
I like it. It looks like Cosmos, right? Have you seen that?
Exactly. It's like Cosmos. Exactly
Cool.
right. So I highly recommend watching some of it.
Cool, cool. No, I'm in. I binged all of Cosmos and I loved it, and I even picked up some of those books. So this looks exciting.
What do you have anything on your end?
Yeah, I went to a bunch of Michelin star restaurants this weekend. I want to give a plug to not a Michelin star restaurant, Liho Liho Yacht Club. It was not the best food that I had this weekend. It was the most fun I had this weekend. So
What's it called?
Liho Liho Liho, one word, Yacht Club.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I went there
in
on
San
accident.
Francisco.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
loved it. It was so much fun. I don't think it probably had my overall favorite dish. I did the prefix menu, and
Yeah.
they had this off menu like daikon radish that was like super like spicy. And I usually hate daikon radishes and oh sorry daikon not daikon radishes but rice cakes. I grew up going to dim sum and eating them all the time, and I really didn't enjoy them. This was like the best application of it that I've ever had. And then when I got to dessert, they had this. They had like a sesame cracker thing and I took a bite and I teared up. So I would say big shout out to that restaurant. I think they're gonna get a star soon, is my guess.
Really? A
Yeah,
Michelin
yeah, yeah,
star.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I had a great time. They weren't like the best food out of the entire weekend, but I was like I had the most fun there by far. So and that
That's
matters.
awesome. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm looking at their menu, and you would not think of the awesome food just by looking at this menu. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
great.
it was great. I had no idea. Like we were just walking around looking for something to eat because we had got in a little bit earlier than we had thought, and then they took us as a walk in, and I was blown away. It was super good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we didn't get everything we wanted done, but by next time we'll hopefully get everything fixed up, and we'll go from there. How's
Yep.
that sound?
Sounds good. I will pull this down. I will see if I can fix this little bit, and then I will. Do we want to? Do I just deploy the server and go from there, or do you want to do some other stuff around that?
Nope. Let's just deploy.
All right, let me give it my best shot, and I'll see what I can find out.
All right. Cool. We'll talk to you later.
Peace out.
Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.